It sounds stupid.
3, 2, 1, 4 time with Myriad. We got some elbow taps here because we're dealing with some colds, some sicknesses, some illnesses that time of year.
It is. I saw you inch further away as you said that.
What are you talking about? How far? I don't know how far away I can get. It's okay. I'm going to get sick. I got kids, so I'm going to get sick. I just am trying to prolong it as long as possible. SUPERMEET. We've had lots of questions on SUPERMEET.
Yeah,
we did some videos last year on SUPERMEET, but then I realized that not everyone who's with us now was with us last year, so they probably have no idea what SUPERMEET is. So let's talk about SUPERMEET.
Yeah.
Ask me a question of what is SUPERMEET, Jared?
Jared, what is SUPERMEET?
So SUPERMEET was created back in like 2008, 2009 by another CrossFit affiliate owner, I believe in Canada. And it was a neat idea to take the CrossFit total, which is the
clean and jerk and snatch.
No, that's the Olympic total, but
I'm coming off a cold.
But that's okay. So that is part of it. So
that's a different total.
So the Olympic total is part of it. That is the snatch and the clean and jerk. So Marta is correct. The CrossFit total is the squat, deadlift, and press.
Yes.
So now you have 5 movements of those 3 of the CrossFit total, the 2 of the Olympic total, and then you add in a 1 rep max weighted pull-up.
Yeah.
And we modify that. So it's a 1 rep max weighted pull-up. So the idea is you're scoring points or scoring reps weight by your weight. So if you do like a 20-pound weighted pull-up or a 100-pound weighted pull-up, you just lifted 100 pounds in that. If you can't do a strict pull-up, that's totally okay because we have the modification of doing a 20-second dead hang hold on the bar. If you can do a 20-second dead hang hold, then we start to add weight to that. So then people can feel what it feels like to hang with some extra weight on you because it is a challenging thing whether you're doing a strict pull-up or doing a dead hang. And then if you do the dead hang version, we'll modify that a little bit from a points perspective, but it's totally acceptable and a lot of fun. A lot of people last year were like, oh my gosh, this is pretty cool. And it's also a really good sign of, there's a big article on longevity of how long you can hang from a rig, which is a cool thing too. So dead hang holds are very important in the world of fitness.
Cool. So those are what we're doing. How does the format of the SUPERMEET work?
So it is going to be on a Saturday. I don't want to say the date because if we use this video in the future, okay, I'll say the date. It is December 14th, Saturday, December 14th, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The goal is for you have 2 hours to complete these 6 movements.
Okay.
And in that, and you can start to like your own clock whenever you want. So if you come, it's from 10 to 2, like that's going to be the time that we're going to be there. But if you come in at 10:30 and officially like warm up a little bit and then start your clock at 10:35, then you have until 12:35.
It's kind of like this open house.
It is an open house feel. Very, very good point.
Okay.
Yes, open house feel. This isn't everyone together. It's kind of like 3, 2, 1, go, and everyone can kind of just do their own thing. I'm going to be personally available from at 10 a.m. to anyone who wants to do this and like needs guidance or is brand new to weightlifting or brand new to lifting in general, brand new with us. Anyone who needs kind of help or assistance throughout the process or just wants to kind of like be told what to do, come at 10 a.m., be with me, and I'm going to work a group through all 6 movements as we go through in there. If you're a seasoned weightlifter, and you know the clean and jerk and snatch, and then the CrossFit total of the other movements are just commonplace for you. You come in whenever you want and complete those. We will have a big giant whiteboard with 2 sides to it, a rolling whiteboard. One will be the male side, one will be the female side, and then what we'll do is put names on the left, and then we'll write the movements at the top, and we'll be able to keep track of where everyone is at, and then eventually have a total. This is for funsie, so no one's going to be walking away with a custom barbell or anything. It is going to be more just high fives from Marta and I and the coaches when we finish this off. But it is really, really, really cool to kind of use as a baseline, I guess you'd say, or a kind of like an end-of-year lift.
Cool. I like that you said that because should people be expecting to get like 1 rep maxes in all of these?
That's a really good question. I feel like we've done this before.
Maybe.
We did record this before. It just didn't work. So yes, so you're never gonna be, I shouldn't say never, but you won't be getting like 100% maxes on all 6 things. You might PR 1 or 2, maybe 3 of the lifts for the day. If you're relatively new, you might PR everything if you're relatively new because working technique-wise, like you just, in the first 6 months, a lot of people PR very quickly. If you've been here for 10 years or more, I'm not gonna say you're not gonna get a PR, but I doubt you're gonna PR. More than likely, you should be shooting for anywhere between like 80 to 90, maybe 95% of what your like 1 rep max is. because you're going to be taxing your central nervous system quite a bit from doing a very heavy deadlift, very heavy squat. And so you should be in like the 90% range, give or take to that 90% for your like finished rep or your good rep. So that's, yeah, so be prepared that you're not going to like hit PRs and everything, because that's not the goal for this.
So what is the goal?
The goal is to test your baselines, test your lifts right now at the end of the year. And that's what I love about this is it's the end of 2024 right now, going into the new year. It's really cool to do this. Even for myself, I haven't lifted a whole lot this year, but I'm really excited to test these and just kind of see where my general physical preparedness is, my GPP, what CrossFit prepares us for. Based on me not really having squatted or deadlifted a whole lot or done snatches or clean and jerks a whole lot, I'm curious to see where my numbers are now because I've done more fitness this year. I've taken care of my body better this year. And I bet I'm actually going to be stronger than I was last year, even though has been no focus on that.
You did it last year, right?
I did do it last year. I did it on my own, so it's a little bit harder too when you do it on your own because you don't have anyone there pushing, which is actually another good point. Come with friends. Pair up with people, group up with people. It makes it so much more fun rather than you just kind of like coming in quietly in a corner and then doing like your lifts and going through this. It's so much more fun when you partner up with somebody or you have a group of people that are lifting relatively the same weight because then you can cheer each other on when someone is going for a PR to come ring the bell and making sure everyone knows. Like we'll stop everybody and be like, oh, this is a PR lift? Like, yeah, let's do it. And we'll get around them and cheer them on as they go through. So
yeah, because you know what the other goal of this is?
And I don't. There's only one. It's the one I said.
No, it's to have fun.
Oh, yeah. There's always that goal, too, to have fun.
To have fun.
I know.
Yeah.
You did this last year. How was it for you?
I had a great time last year. It was fun. I ended up partnering up with a few people who were here. I didn't come with anyone specifically. It was kind of player coaching. But it was just exciting to see what I did on several of the things. I had a couple of PRs last year.
Nice. On the strict press?
On the strict press.
I remember that.
And on my deadlift as well. So it'll be interesting to see how I do compared to last year because I've been specifically working on my weightlifting with Richie this past year. So.
And someone's going to get a strict pull-up on this one.
Apparently.
Right? That's you?
I guess it's me.
So let's hope so. So everyone's holding that accountable. Marcia's going to get a strict pull-up.
I'm really nervous about it.
You'll get a strict pull-up on this one. Yeah, and a couple of other things about the flow. We kind of said this already, but like this is the open house, free flowing. There are going to be coaches around, but the coaches will be lifting as well. Some will be player coaching. Myself, I'm planning on being available from like 10 to noon, and then from noon to 2, I'm going to do it as well. So it will be coaching going on, but it's not like a class being coached in that sense, where it's not like a weightlifting clinic. But that's why I'm available at 10 a.m. for those who need help, want to be worked through, make sure they're lifting correctly, come at 10 a.m.
Yes.
For my portion.
Yes, but staff will be there for coaching. So if you see myself or anyone else lifting, you have a question, don't run up to us in the middle of the lift. But obviously when we step away, please feel free to ask us if you have questions about flow or if you have questions about technique. That's what we're there for, is we're there to help you out.
Yeah.
Which also, is there a certain flow that people have to do all the lifts in?
That's a good question as well. No, there's not. So there is some strategy based on the coaches. Certain coaches, Coach Dan suggested some things. Coach Richie suggested how he would do it. My opinion, if I were going to share with the group, with the team, with our members, would be to do the Olympic lifts first. Get warmed up, do the Olympic lifts first, and knock those out because they take a little bit longer. And also, they're a lot more complex, like a lot of things are happening. And there's a lot more movement going on throughout your body. So getting fatigued, my opinion, again, disclaimer, going through and doing the heavy stuff right away and getting fatigued and then coming to those lifts could set you up for a little bit of trickiness. Other people would say no, go with the bigger lifts first so you get into big scores, the big numbers, use the central nervous system while it's ready to rock and roll, knock out your big lifts that you know you're going to get and score high on and go for it. But that's also kind of like what's your goal of doing the super meet as well. Like for me, it's just to generally do all 6. It's not to win the super meet.
Because there's no winner.
I mean, you can visibly see who the winner is. Like we're not putting anyone on scale and doing like a Sinclair quotient, or not quotient, but algorithm type deal to figure out like divide body weight, yada. We're not doing any of that. It's just, this is for fun.
Yeah. So just come. You can be a winner in your own right, I suppose, if you want to.
I mean, everyone who walks through these doors are winners. So.
What about, can people bring family,
Yeah,
friends?
yeah. I forgot about that. You're nailing all the spots today. You're back on it. I love it. Yes, you can bring anyone you want to come watch. The only thing I would say, or we would say and recommend, is just like let them kind of hang off to the side. Like we can pull out some chairs, we can pull out some benches, pull out some boxes. Bringing children around and letting them run everywhere, probably not the best space for that atmosphere, but if you have friends or family or guardians who are watching the little kids and keeping them under wraps, good with that. But it is a good, again, open house type atmosphere to kind of see like, you know, what have you been doing? What have you been building in these walls in the world of like lifting and getting stronger? So it's cool to kind of bring your partner by or friends and family by to see that.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm excited.
I am too. Yeah, I am too. I was just thinking about the lifts and my timing in my own head, so that's why I spaced out there for 10 seconds.
I'm gonna ask Dan about his strategy.
Yeah, he has an interesting one.
I'm sure he does.
All right, 3, 2, 1. See you there.
Yay.
Boom.